transmigrated into a fantasy cultivation world. Day 2. I didn't rush to find secret arts, join a sect, or steal power-ups. Instead, I hung up a sign on the street for the Heavenly Oracle Pavilion, with a couplet saying, knowing the past and future, judging yin, yang, and the 5 elements. Everyone on the street laughed at me, just a kid, talking big, but nobody knew. Once you step one foot inside, whether you're a titled Lord of the Spirit Stage, or a top-tier boss of the Divine Realm, inside this tiny pavilion, I am the absolute supreme ruler. Right then, 2 women entered Amber County. One was an elegant woman. She was dressed in luxurious robes but couldn't hide her anxiety. The other was a young girl, dressed in snow-white radiating spiritual energy. Master, it's been over 10 days and we still haven't seen a trace of the Fortune Lotus. Grandmaster is... Lin Qingmeng frowned deeply out of worry. The elegant woman beside her, Su Ziyi, scolded her softly. No matter how hard it is, we have to find it. Suddenly, Lin Qingmeng's eyes were drawn to that small pavilion. She stared at the couplet, muttering the words. Su Ziyi glanced at it and almost laughed out of anger. Knowing the past and future? In a tiny place like Amber County, this guy has the biggest ego. But a second later, she wasn't laughing anymore. Lin Qingmeng's aura suddenly exploded. She actually leveled up just by looking at a couplet. It's an epiphany. Su Ziyi's eyes almost popped out. I don't know either. Lin Qingmeng was totally clueless. I just looked at it and broke through to the Fate Wheel stage. Her eyes lit up. Master, should we go in and check it out? Don't waste time. Before Su Ziyi could finish, Lin Qingmeng had already darted inside like a curious cat. You were lounging lazily in a chair. Without even blinking, you pointed at the teapot on the table. Fairy Su, Miss Lin, you're here, have some hot tea. Playing tricks. Su Ziyi was about to speak. But then she realized it, and her hair stood on end. How do you know me? She immediately pulled Lin Qingmeng behind her, looking fierce, her magical power ready to fire. This is the Heavenly Oracle Pavilion. You finally put down your book and stood up. Your eyes were as deep as an ancient well. There is nothing I want to know that I do not know. Of course, Su Ziyi didn't believe it. But the next second, a terrifying despair exploded in her heart. It felt like an invisible giant hand was choking her. She couldn't muster a single ounce of her power. A level 6 spirit stage titled Lord instantly turned into a helpless, ordinary person. Who exactly are you? Her question trembled with undeniable fear. Could this guy be a banished immortal? Hearing this, you smiled. To her, that smile was more terrifying than the abyss. Relax, I mean you no harm. You paused, then casually dropped a bombshell. Aren't you looking for the Fortune Lotus? I can tell you where it is. Su Ziyi's mind went blank. She hadn't mentioned a word about it. Yet he exposed her ultimate goal in one sentence. This guy is definitely a hidden master. Do you really know where the Fortune Lotus is? She immediately addressed him respectfully, breathing heavily. Her eyes were full of desire, and Lin Qingmeng's eyes sparkled too, looking at him with pure admiration. The fish took the bait. You chuckled inwardly, but your face remained calm as water. There's no such thing as a free lunch. If you want the info, let's see your sincerity. Su Ziyi didn't hesitate at all. She flipped her hand, and a purple lightning blade appeared out of nowhere, offering it with both hands. Senior, this is a peerless Dao weapon. Please take a look. Ding redeemed for 30 points. The Heavenly Oracle System's voice rang in your head. You spent 20 points, and instantly checked all the intel on the Fortune Lotus. You played with the small sword and curled your lip. The Fortune Lotus is an elixir of youth. Trying to trade just a peerless Dao weapon? Not sincere enough. Su Ziyi's face turned pale. Gritting her teeth, she took off her spatial ring, erased her spiritual mark on it, and handed it over. Senior, this sword is the most valuable thing I have. If it's not enough, take this spatial ring as well. If that's still not enough, then I am truly powerless. Master! Lin Qingmeng was heartbroken. That was her master's entire life savings. As long as it saves your grandmaster, I'd even give my life. Su Ziyi's eyes were full of resolve. You casually took the ring. The system notified you got 20 more points. Easy money. Only then did you slowly speak. The item is 200 miles southeast of Amber County in Hidden Dragon Abyss. But there's a level 7 spirit stage black worm guarding it. Level 7 spirit stage? Su Ziyi's newly ignited hope was instantly hit with a bucket of cold water. She gave you her strongest weapon. How could she fight that beast now? There's a white scale on its belly, that's its weak spot. You added one more thing. Su Ziyi's eyes instantly lit up. Thank you for your guidance, Senior. She was so grateful she almost dropped to her knees. This Senior is such a great person. Since you're so sincere, I'll give you a free tip. You smiled. Li Wuju, Li Hentian's disciple, is tracking you. Su Ziyi's pupils shrank sharply. Li Wuju, Li Hentian's top disciple, that notorious, ruthless killer. At this moment, her reverence for you hit its peak. Thank God I walked into this Heavenly Oracle Pavilion today. Menger, stay here and wait for me to return. Su Ziyi made a quick decision. She knew taking Lin Qingmeng along would just be a burden. After speaking, she bowed to you, and turned into a streak of light heading southeast. Senior, my master, she... Lin Qingmeng looked full of worry. She'll be fine. You waved your hand and leaned back in your armchair. Come here and massage my shoulders. Just a short while later, Su Ziyi found the small island in the center of the great swamp. The Fortune Lotus was right in front of her. The black worm roared out with the force of a thunderbolt. Without a second thought, Su Ziyi fiercely attacked. She remembered every single word you said clearly. Feinting an attack.